Welcome to Mental Models Daily, where we explore one mental model each day to help you elevate your daily decision-making. Today, we're diving into a concept that's crucial for understanding how we measure and interpret the world around us, the proxy. A proxy in the context of mental models is an indirect measurement or representation that we use when we can't directly measure or observe what we're really interested in. It's like using a thermometer to gauge how sick you are. Temperature isn't the illness itself, but it's a useful proxy for your overall health. This mental model helps us understand the strengths and limitations of the metrics and indicators we rely on in various aspects of life. Let's look at a classic example from the world of economics. Gross domestic product, or GDP. Countries use GDP as a proxy for economic well-being and development. However, GDP doesn't directly measure quality of life, income inequality, or environmental sustainability. It's like judging a book solely by its thickness. It tells you something, but misses a lot of crucial information. Understanding GDP as a proxy helps us appreciate its value while recognizing its limitations. In the business world, proxies are everywhere. Companies use customer satisfaction surveys as a proxy for actual customer loyalty. They use employee engagement scores as a proxy for productivity and retention. Investors use stock prices as a proxy for a company's actual value. It's like a doctor using blood pressure as a proxy for overall cardiovascular health. Useful, but not the whole picture. So how can we apply our understanding of proxies in our daily lives? Firstly, we can use it to be more critical consumers of information. When you encounter statistics or metrics, ask yourself, what is this really measuring? What might it be missing? It's like being a detective, looking beyond the obvious clues to understand the full story. Secondly, we can apply it to personal development. Many of us use proxies to measure our own success or well-being. Salary, social media followers, or weight on a scale. Recognizing these as proxies can help us focus on what truly matters. It's like using a map, helpful for navigation, but remembering that the map is not the territory itself. Lastly, we can use this model to improve our decision-making. When setting goals or evaluating options, consider whether you're using appropriate proxies. For example, if you're trying to eat healthier, counting calories might be a useful proxy, but it doesn't capture nutritional quality. It's like choosing a restaurant based on its prices. It tells you something, but not everything about the dining experience. In conclusion, understanding proxies reminds us to look beyond surface-level measurements and consider what we're really trying to assess. While proxies can be incredibly useful tools for simplifying complex realities, they can also lead us astray if we forget their limitations. By being aware of when and how we use proxies, we can make more nuanced judgments and better informed decisions. Thank you for joining me today on Mental Models Daily. Until next time, may your measurements be meaningful, your indicators be insightful, and your proxies always point you in the right direction. For more mental models, please visit mentalmodelsdaily.com or find us on X or Instagram. Our podcast music was provided by the podcasthost.com and Alitu the podcast maker. Find your own free podcast music over at thepodcasthost.com/free music.